Morning, guys. Hope everything's going well for you. I want to take some time today and make a little video about the recent NFL Hall of Fame class and some of the rookie cards that I had, or rookie year cards, and that I need to move into my Hall of Fame PC. But we'll start off with the first guy here, Ray Lewis. I don't have but two rookie year. Both these are from '96. Cards of him, a few other ones, but was glad he got in. Really, he made me a little nervous there. I didn't think him and Urlacher were going to get in at the same time, and you know, I'm a diehard Bears fan. That's where all my loyalties lie. But if it was left up to me, I had a vote, and I had to be, you know, biased about it. There was just I would have voted Lewis in before Urlacher. It's just that's just the way I thought it should go. But it didn't matter because you guys have seen these before. I got two two that I really like. That Bowman Chrome and the Tops. And I was glad that Urlacher got in. Like I said, I'm a diehard fan. But when it came to Urlacher, I couldn't really argue why he deserves to get in, as much as I could argue why he doesn't deserve to get in. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to you guys, I don't know. I'm kind of crazy like that, I guess. But, I mean, he was a beast, played a long time, multiple Pro Bowls, played on a Super Bowl team. You know, the only thing, I guess, maybe different from him than a lot of other guys on this ballot was he didn't have a lot of negative press. I mean, you know, Ray Lewis, Randy Moss, definitely Terrell Owens. I'm not 100% on Brian Dawkins, and I'm not up to date on that contributor that got in, but all those guys had bad press, so I guess that's one thing you could say about Urlacher. He didn't have a lot of bad press, but, you know, hey, that doesn't, you know, sometimes good guys do finish last. But, okay, there's the Ray Lewis, and I was glad Moss got in. Here's some of my rookie year stuff of him. It's moving to the Hall of Fame PC. I think he deserved to get in. He was, you know, he's just awesome. Good highlight reel. Again, some bad press early on, young kid. But, I mean, guys, these kids, the way they're raised today, even him, and this is kind of the start of a new breed of player getting into the Hall of Fame. These guys start to feel entitled when they win their first Pee Wee championship. And then, you know, from then on, it's, you know, they feel it's just a different. They come up through the football system different than a lot of the older guys did. But that's not to say that they don't belong in the Hall of Fame. You know, it's like there's this next guy. All right, there's so much out there about T.O. You know, what a dick, yada yada, this that. But bottom line is, the guy did have a Hall of Fame career. You know, so at least in my opinion, and obviously in the opinions of others, he did. So, you know, it's like what I call kind of like the Ty Cobb effect, but a little different. You know, there's two sides to every story. And growing up, I was, you know, kind of taught Ty Cobb was the greatest baseball player that ever played, but he was also the biggest asshole that ever lived. Now, since then, getting to my adult years and doing my own research and stuff, I don't know how much of that shit about Ty Cobb is true. I do know this. Al Stump is a hack. He's not trustworthy. As entertaining as that 90s movies was, he was based on his book with Tommy Lee Jones playing Ty Cobb. I believe it to be very, very inaccurate and grossly exaggerated. All right, there's a video here on YouTube, guys, you should check out. It's called What We Really Know About Ty Cobb. Now, I'm not saying he was an angel or anything like that, but I'm saying a good bit of the asshole dickhead stories you heard about him are either exaggerated or flat out not true. Now, that doesn't necessarily apply to today's players, because you can't really, I mean, if you take a shit and don't wash your hands, somebody's taking a picture of it. Or if you're a millennial, you're probably going to tweet about it yourself, you know? So, I mean, it's just out there. I mean, you know what I mean? The mass media is just not the same. But to understand, why pro football is, it's to entertain us, all right? And, it doesn't matter. They'll do whatever they can to entertain us. They'll let in criminals. They'll let in rapists. They'll let in men who beat women. They'll provide steroids for their players in some cases. All right, it's not that much different from wrestling, except for, football kind of tries to throw that wholesome all-American apple pie theme on it. But even recently, with some of the stuff they've been doing, they've been getting some backlash from some military supporters. Anyway, god dang, I'm rambling here. Sorry, guys. What I'm trying to say basically is the time is now for you're going to start seeing different breeds of players get in. Because, one, mass media, and two, these guys, when they come up playing football, like I said, they start to feel entitled so early on in their life. By the time they get to the pros, which for some of them is all they've concentrated on up until that point, anybody would be, kind of like that. So, I get it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it just is the way it is. And the NFL can point you in whatever direction they want. Like I said at the beginning of this video, all these guys, with the exception of Urlacher, unless I missed it, had some pretty bad press throughout their career. But when this class was announced, all you really heard about was T.O. and a little bit of Randy Moss. But nobody talked about, the murder investigation that Ray Lewis was a part of in Georgia, or none of his bad press coming out of Miami. For whatever reason, they decided not to talk about Ray Lewis. Or I just missed it. Maybe they did, but they damn sure didn't talk about it as much as they did T.O. and Moss. So, anyway, guys, before I could ramble on all day about this subject, I just wanted to make a little video showing you some of the... Unfortunately, I got to double check, go back through some of my old boxes, but I don't believe I have any Brian Dawkins rookies. And I know a little bit about him as a player, but I don't really know too much about him. I don't know if he was in trouble or, in all this. But, actually, now that I think about it, I could be wrong here, but didn't he commit suicide? No, I don't know. I'm rambling now. I got to look that shit up. Anyway, that's my take on the Hall of Fame class, minus Brian Dawkins. Maybe I'll do another video on him when I learn a little bit more about him. But I just wanted to give you my opinion on those. I agree. I think every one of these guys that went in deserves to be in by at least my standards and So I was happy with it. I was a little surprised about Urlacher. I was hoping he would get in, but, like I said, I would have voted for Lewis first. But anyway... There you have it, guys. There's some of my new Hall of Fame rookie year editions. Like I told you guys, I don't necessarily do rookie card. Sometimes I'll just do rookie year because it can get confusing when you get back into the 90s. But I think it's cool that some of these players from the 90s are getting into the Hall of Fame because during their playing days, I love football product. From, I'd say about, 98 to about 2006, 2007. There's a lot of kick-ass products out there. So a lot of these Hall of Famers had some, they got some pretty cool cards you can pick up. All right, guys, there you have it. That's my take for the day. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you next time.